Sure, I'm not lag. Last time I was, I didn't even realize it. Oh, let me see. Sure, I'm not lag. I think it was the video that was. Move around. Drink my Alani. I don't think I'm lagging. That means we're cooking with gas. Or am I? No, I don't think so. Okay. And last time my shit was lagging. Spam this a couple places. See what my tinters think about this $1,000 tint job. Some people will say, that's crazy, man. $1,000 for some tint? I paid $100 for my tint. That's what you'll hear them say. $1,000 tint job. What you smoking? We'll figure out if this guy's smoking something or not. All right, anybody watching this now or in the future, hola. See, I've seen this video before. This dude goes by the name of Legit Streetcars on YouTube. It's kind of an older video. Today, this tint job probably be worth $1,500 at minimum. Here's what $1,000 6-hour window tint. And so he's getting glass ceramic coating too. So the tint job by itself, probably not $1,000 because if he's getting it ceramic coated too. But the glass ceramic coated. I think he ceramic coats the side windows too. I've only heard of people just ceramic coating the actual like full windshield. I didn't know people did the side glass too. But this dude spends a stack on getting his windows tinted. And I'm gonna see what y'all think. If y'all think it's worth it, whether window tinters want to chime in, or customers, or citizens, non-window tinters, customers, people that would get their windows tinted. Would you think this is worth it? Would you pay for it? What do the people in the comments think? What does this dude think? And how they go about doing their job from the prep to the installation.
$3,000 paint correction and ceramic coating on my 107,000 mile 2003 E55 AMG, and the video did pretty decent. As of right now, it sits at about 1.7 million views, and most of the comments were very positive as the car came out looking better than brand new. But aside from a few who felt the need to let me know the E55 isn't worth much money, like I didn't know that, many commented on how tinting the windows would complete the look of the car, and they were wondering why I hadn't done that while it was at the detail shop.
And to be honest, right before I made that video, some drunk kid tried to bash out my right rear window, but failed miserably. Apparently, Mercedes-Benz uses some really strong glass because he managed to break out 5 other car windows right by my house, and I caught him on camera with a massive rock hitting the glass 2 times and then running off. And this is the only damage he managed to inflict on the E55. But either way, this warranted a complete replacement of this window glass. So I popped off the door panel, removed the scratched up glass, cleaned off the old tint from my new used piece of...
Damn, I wish it was that easy taking old tint off, bro. He just ripped that right off like it was nothing. Hold up. He just pulled that off like a sticker. No steamer, no razor.
Scratched up glass, cleaned
off. Look at that. Just peeled it right off. No heat gun, nothing.
Tint from my new used piece of glass. Removed all the glue that was on it, and I reinstalled it.
Hell yeah, he saved himself a lot of money right there.
Ready to go.
Doing it himself. Well, probably like $20. He probably only charged him like most shops for like a side window, $20-$30 max. Take the old tint and glue off.
Now, just like the paint correction and ceramic coating video, we're back at Chicago Auto Pros in Glenview, Illinois, and just like that.
It's a nice Benz though. People are giving him shit in the comments saying that it's an old Benz. I wouldn't spend that much money. That's what they're saying on this old ass Mercedes Benz. Shit. Looks nice.
Video.
Act like it's some 1985 Honda Civic.
On a top-of-the-line procedure that includes tinting the side windows, tinting the back glass, installing a clear protective.
These, I think all Mercedes in general look like they got some kind of like blue. They look like they have like 70% tint on them. They've got like a blue hue to it. I've noticed that on Mercedes, like from the factory.
UV film on the windshield and also ceramic coating all of the exterior glass as well. Now this job, it costs about $1,000 and takes
$1,000. So they're probably, I would assume that the windshield ceramic coating usually around 100, 150. Do the hydrophobic coating on the windshield. Some people want to smack you over the back of the neck for 300. So I'm guessing probably the ceramic coat. I don't know if he goes into it, but I would say probably 300 to ceramic coat, maybe two to 300, 250 to ceramic coat all the windows, maybe, and then 700 for the tint. I think
roughly 6
it's not
hours
$1,000 for the tint.
Labor. Now I fully realize the E55 is not a very
expensive
car. I got a lot of that in the last video, but the goal for this one is to take you behind the scenes to show you a top-of-the-line procedure.
This dude's doing a pretty damn good job.
A lot of exotics and higher-end vehicles, and also to satisfy my curiosity on what the difference is between your standard $250 tint job and something
a lot of people
want to
know that.
4 times as
much. You hear anybody that has a window tinting company, you're always going to have the person say, damn, anything over $250, that's crazy. $300, $400, $500, $700, $800, even still to this day in the comment section on Reddit, where there's a lot of customers, it's like a mix between customers and tinters. They'll say, you're crazy spending $1,000. There's no way I would ever do that. Well, you know, some people want to drive around in Camrys. Some people want to drive around in Mercedes, you know, and a lot of people don't understand what you get for it. They think some people just think tint is tint. They don't realize that what ceramic film even exists, or carbon film, right? So I do my best to try to educate people so they don't think, oh, this motherfucker's just trying to get over on me for triple the price. No, this is what you're paying for.
Guys really enjoyed this video. Let's get to work. All right, so the guys are going to town with step 1 on the E55, which is cleaning and preparation. And I've definitely never seen anything like this before. So this
first thing I noticed is that they're taping off. I don't know where they got that yellow tape at, that masking tape. I've seen green, blue, tan, but they got the yellow masking tape all the way around. Not just the side, but the top seals too. They got the soak rope and the dash tab for the windshield.
Jason, the owner here at Chicago Auto Pros, and he is going to talk to us a little bit about window tint preparation.
Yes, so what they're doing is they're cleaning the windows. We want to take every precaution we can to make sure that we have the cleanest install. So what they're doing right now is Freddie's inside here. He's scrubbing the front windshield with a little white.
So he's using probably a 3M white scrub pad. Look at that tape job. I like that. They taped the whole. Now I only tape off the pillars on the inside if it's suede. Right, like on the Teslas, that Model S Plaid I did had suede, so I taped them off. Or shout out to Jay Bird, he told me you can use like old scrap pieces of tint to keep the pillars or the suede pillars from getting wet. Or I guess if you want to go above and beyond, which there's nothing wrong with that. You can't say never about a motherfucker that's too clean. Can't never say nothing bad about them. So they're making sure that tint does brush up against that when you're installing. If it barely hits it, it's like just a clean piece of the back of the tape. So, and then they're doing the whole headliner too. So that's nice. I caught that.
Pad to remove any debris. We've done things like tape the seals up. These seals here.
And he's putting some elbow grease into that. You can hear him scrubbing the shit out of that.
Felt actually. If I pull one of these up.
Oh, well, those are felt seals. Yeah, definitely.
You can see all the little.
You don't have to with felt. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but it's good practice.
Tiny fibers in there that could potentially.
Now with the right technique, you don't have to, but it's good too. And it just takes a minute, dude.
So we don't want that. We want the cleanest install as possible.
Right.
So we take all those precautions.
Okay, and what is the deal with this guy right here, this fancy rope?
So this is just a soak shield. We put in between the dash and the window here. We're going to be tinting the front windshield, and we don't want any water going down in between there.
That's good to use. I don't use soak rope. Some people are probably going to call me crazy. But I noticed when you're trying to tuck the film in, especially if the seal's real tight or you don't have a decent sized gap, that the rope is going to get in the way of sliding that film down, dude. I mean, you could push and jam it in there, but you're making it even tighter. So I don't use a soak rope. That's just me. I used to, but then I would have problems, like I said, when you're trying to get the film in there and it's hitting up against it and then pulling it out. If you're careful, you shouldn't have any issues. But there's a chance when you pull that damn soak rope out, dude, it could pull that film up. Yeah, you could let it weigh, you could sit, you could squeegee the shit out of it, but I just to minimize to minimize the risk of anything happening, I don't use it. Yeah, I'm risking frying their BCM, their PCM, whatever. It hasn't happened. Knock on wood.
Expensive electronics. So.
Okay, so this
what up, Jeremy Jonathan? Probably the same tape I got. Forgot what brand it is though. What up, Jeremy? Yeah, I've never seen the yellow. I've seen the green, in the automotive section, at Walmart or wherever, Home Depot. Of course, the blue, but I haven't seen the yellow. They probably got all colors underneath the sun. I've never seen yellow.
All right, so the next step is the fun part for me. This is where I get to choose which window tint I want. You guys know I'm going to
And it's good that they're going to break down the different types of film. So for people that are ignorant, and ignorant doesn't mean you're stupid. Ignorant just means a lack of knowledge. They're ignorant to the different types of film. They don't know. They just think tint is tint like a fucking sticker. No, there's different types. My comparison is like engines. And I use the example of the Dodge Charger. You've got the Hellcat. You've got the regular RT V8 Hemi, and then you got the V6. They all look the same from the outside, right? Unless you got like a wide body, for the most part. But in terms of performance, they do different things. The V6 is the cheapest one. It's going to get you from A to B, right? And it's going to save you money on gas. The Hellcat, the RT is going to get you from A to B a lot quicker, right? It's going to cost you a bit more when you go to the pump. And the Hellcat's going to get you there super fast. So the performance. Some people want to go fast. Some people don't care about going fast. They just want to get back and forth to work and not break the bank. They don't want 10 miles per gallon. They want closer to 20. So that's kind of like the analogy I use for window film. And people go, oh, okay. It opens up their eyes.
The best one possible for the E55. And
they're using Lumar.
Kind of the differences.
And this is older. I don't think this is the same type of Lumar that's out now. Maybe it still is, but I know that's like CTX, IRX, some type of other ATR, whatever. But.
And there are different prices too, guys. You don't have to spend $1,000. But anyway, what are we picking from?
Yeah, you got a couple decisions to make. Lumar Formula 1 window tint has 3 types of film. We have our Classic, which is a dyed film, Pinnacle is ceramic, and Stratos, which is a dual layer ceramic film.
Sweet.
So the difference between them, the best way to explain it is Classic is kind of your basic entry-level film. If you're looking just for cosmetic purposes or just for privacy, I recommend going with the Classic.
And how much
series.
is it on a normal 4-door sedan for that?
It starts at $289 on a 4-door sedan.
Perfect.
$289, that's not bad. It's not bad. Usually, like for your dyed or entry-level film, under $300 is a good price point. One thing I do notice that I actually noticed a while back is that Lumar, maybe Suntech also, they don't have a 20%. It goes from 5 to 15 straight to, what is it? I think 35. I don't know why they don't have a 20. So if you ever see any shops with Lumar or anybody offering Lumar 20%, they're lying to you. It's not real Lumar.
The Pinnacle and the Stratos are both ceramic, so they're going to block that infrared heat that you feel from the sun.
Okay.
Ceramic, the Pinnacle's a great line.
Notice that he said infrared. A lot of people out there like to give people shit when they start talking about IR. No, your film does not block 98% of heat. Well, he specified infrared.
The Stratos is a dual layer ceramic. So
and plus, your customer doesn't want a fucking biology lesson on what TSER, IR, UV, TS. They don't want to hear all that shit. Keep it simple. In my opinion.
So it's just a better infrared heat rejection.
Okay, and then how much would this be then on the E55?
$399, $579.
Okay,
so this gives you a better idea what he's paying. So $400 for the I guess base level ceramic. What do you say, $579 for their dual layer? Which that's not bad. Of course, this was 6 years ago.
Okay, and then how much would this be then on the E55?
$399, $579.
Okay, gotcha.
So after tax, probably about $600. So I guess you're spending about $400 for the ceramic coating. So this is technically like a $600 tint job. Kind of mistake, made a mistake on that.
Way to show you that,
but he's getting the ceramic or the glass. Now, as of today, there's shops around here for dual layer ceramic, anywhere from $700 to $1,000. You can go in the window tint groups or even on Reddit, and you'll see people talking about getting the sides back in full windshields. You're gonna be spending about $900. I'm at on a car $500 for the sides and the back, and then $300 for the. So I'd be at $800. So, but for dual layer ceramic, which I think he's getting, you'd be at $1,000. So this is kind of accurate for today's price.
And when you put your hand up there, that's exactly what you're going to feel from the sun.
Right.
That's with no tint.
Pretty toasty.
That's with your classic.
Little less.
Pinnacle.
That's a lot less.
I kind of wish that they had the BTU meter. I do, because in Matt's video it made a lot of sense when he's and I've even got his little explanation video on my website. When you feel it, but you don't know how much. So if you've got that BTU meter, the numbers tell you, so it gives you a better understanding, a better idea. Okay, this is reading 400, means it's hot. You go to carbon, it's like 200, and then ceramic, and it's like 100 or half of that. So they're not really sure. They feel, yeah, but when they see that number, they register in their mind, okay, that's half of as hot as it was before.
Stratus.
Wow, that is basically...
That's the only thing I would add.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. So then the procedure, the labor involved is exactly the same, right? Even for the lower end, you guys are going to tape everything up, you know, scrub the inside of the windshield.
Prep is all the same.
Okay, awesome.
So their prep's the same, whether they're doing base dyed film or the highest tint film.
The biggest price difference is the type of film.
Which you should.
Okay, and then I think we talked about going with 35% all the way around.
Legal.
That's legal.
Yep. All these films are going to look the same on your car regardless of what line you go with.
Okay, so right now they have entered the E55 into a computer right over there, and it's actually going to print out the specific pattern for this car. So right now, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. People out there, tinters out there, I'm just gonna put a little truth bomb. I'm gonna drop it right on your forehead. Your customers, well, maybe not all of them, but I would say the majority of them are more impressed that you have a plotter, that you're using a plotter, than hand cutting. For one, yeah, there's people out there who appreciate the quote, the art, right? The art of how good the cuts look and all that shit and how nice your top edge is, but that's the minority. The fact that I've had more people impressed that, oh, that's like, so it prints out the patterns, so you don't even have to cut them out. It does it for you. They're more impressed, they're more impressed with the plotter, dude, than you hand cutting. They're doing an old school style. It's 2025. I mean, not taken away from the hand cutters. It's cool, yeah. It's cool that you can hand cut them and you can argue all day they're more accurate. You're probably right. But tell me if I'm wrong, that the customer is typically more impressed with you having a plotter that prints it out than you hand cutting it. It's just what I've noticed. Take it how you want. Doing one of the side windows, and you can see the machine right now is
because you're not cutting on their car and all that other shit. Layers. Yeah, they may see that you have 500 5-star reviews and you've been doing it longer than they've been alive. But the fact that you're putting a knife close to their car, anything could happen.
On the tint, and that way we'll have an exact pattern and it'll match the window perfectly. Now there are some cars that don't show up in the computer system. These are typically exotic cars that you have to hand cut?
Mostly newer cars and really older cars.
Gotcha,
so
okay.
We'll have to hand cut those cars.
Right.
Yeah, for instance, we're going to be hand cutting your front windshield.
Good.
Because there's just not a pattern for the front windshield.
If there was, I'd still hand cut it.
We have some tips and secrets too that we don't cut on the actual windshield.
Oh, okay. All right, so now Freddie is going to hang up this tint.
Because if it's too big, if the seals are too tight, or if the A pillar is past, is it the A pillar or the pillars on the windshield, or plastic trim, whatever it's called. If it's too far past the dot matrix and you've got a 1/2 inch on each side excess material, you're gonna have fun trying to cut that shit out after you install it and you realize it's too big, it's oversized. Or if it's undersized, you're just redoing the whole thing.
It's the two back windows.
Oh, the two back windows. Gotcha. Okay, so he hangs it up on this wall, and then he's going to use a razor blade, and basically you're going to just follow the lines that the machine made, right, to cut it all the way through?
Correct.
Okay.
Just silently watching. Don't you love that? They're just silently just watching. You
so
can hear
Oscar
a
is wiping down
drop.
the windshield with a dryer sheet, like literally a bounce dryer sheet, and I'm not entirely sure why, but Jason's going to explain it to us.
So what we have to do is we have to conform this window tint to the windshield because it's a flat piece of film and this is a curved window. So what the dryer sheet's going to do is allow that window tint to stick to the windshield, and so we can
they probably get them cars in and out like
okay, so you're basically taking the soap or whatever is on a dryer sheet, putting it on the glass, so you could use regular soap also?
You can use soap, you can use powder, it's just something anti-static so it doesn't stick to that windshield.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're basically just going to trace around the windshield, is that the deal?
Yeah, so we don't cut on windshields, so I'm going to use a button.
Smart.
Yeah, so I put this under.
You can't scratch it if you're not cutting on it.
And then I just cut it all around.
Wow, okay.
I do, but stainless steel, but not Teslas. Doing the button trick. It's old school. No glassade. Glassade is cool.
So where's this button?
Under there.
He said, where's the button?
So now,
It's up your culo, mate.
so like say it's there, you grab it there.
I've done the button trick one time.
Dude, are you kidding me? Holy crap.
It's on Tesla windshield.
We want to minimize
It's a little weird getting used to. Me personally, I'd rather use glassade.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So the blade never touches
Smart.
the car at all.
Nope.
That's awesome.
And you see, everything's nice and cut without you even touching the windshield.
Wait, so this is a race, right?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Heat gun, no torch.
Ready, go.
So you got one dude on the right. I think he's just using a straight hard card. It's like a gold one. Dude on the left,
Jason,
he's
did you
using the
teach
felt
Oscar
tip.
how to do this? Is this like...
A few years
I
ago,
like the felt one better.
I think
he's the teacher now.
Pretty sure he's
I bet they
beating
got
you.
them heat guns plugged into two different things, because you know that's going to trip a fuse. Those things take a shit ton of power, dude. Good shrink.
Better hurry up, Jason.
Nice and
He's
easy.
going to get you. Actually, no, don't hurry up. Do a good job.
Hold on. What did he say? What did he say? For all you tenners out there bragging about how fast you are, what did he say? When they start talking about going fast, how fast you can do it, what did he say?
Better hurry up, Jason. He's going to get you. Actually, no, don't hurry up. Do a good job.
Don't hurry up. Don't hurry up. Do a good job. They don't want you to go fast, bro. They don't. Take your slow the fuck down. Go back into second gear. They assimilate fast with you're skipping some shit. You risk it and you'll mess something up.
Look at that.
So put the customer at
won,
ease and
winner.
just slow down. Quit bragging about how fast you
Not
are.
even close, man.
It's been a couple years.
Dude, come on.
He said it's been a couple of years. I guess he's behind
Now
the
that
desk
everything
most
is
of the time.
shaped and conformed, the last step is we're going to use this magic permanent marker here, and we're going to trace out where we need to cut this film. We'll
And I realized why they're not using the button for their final cut. Because whenever I was doing the button thing, I was trying to do that on my final cut, but it's better for the rough cut, because if you really need to make it like a really sharp turn, like a sharp edge, like where he's doing it right there, I feel like you don't have as much control. So I think that's why they're using the Sharpie for the final cut. Because you got it, especially because you need to be like a 1/4 inch, if that, 1/16 of an inch overlap. So with that button, you don't have as much control that I've noticed.
And we'll cut out the final cut. Just another measure so we don't have to.
What's up, Ryan? What's up, Danielle?
All right, so Freddie's afraid to race Oscar right now,
hold up.
so they're just
Technically, this is a $600 tint job, but he's spending $400 getting all the windows ceramic coated.
going at it at their own pace. So they're doing the exact same thing that they did with the front windshield, except this was already pre-cut, so he doesn't have to do the button trick with the razor blade or anything like that. They're just simply heating up the film so it conforms exactly to this back glass.
Three dudes working on it, four.
Transferred to the inside of the glass, where they'll again kind of squeegee all the bubbles out of there and make it look perfect.
After the guys cut and molded the front and rear glass, it was time to install all of the film. They use a generous amount of soapy water on the glass and tint film.
Let's peep the technique. They left the mirror on. Of course, I wouldn't even think about taking a rear view mirror off a Mercedes, too. Something breaks, this shit's going to be extra expensive. And they're starting on the right side. I don't ever start on the right side. I start on the driver's side. That's just the way I do it. And let's see how good their install is. If it brushes up against anything, how they do it.
So it can be slid perfectly into place. Something I found interesting is that they specifically use baby shampoo, which smells awesome, by the way. This part took another 2 hours or so, even with most of the team working, and a lot of that time was put into making sure the tint film looked like it was there from the factory. The film was moved around until the alignment...
If you have like only thing that, and I've worked with the dude before, and we both have done vehicles, and if anything ever came back, it's a question of, well, was that the window you did, or did I do that window? You know what I mean? So if you got 4 different dudes working on a car, and something comes back, nobody knows who the hell did that window. You know what I mean? If it's got specks or crease or this or that, You have no idea. What are you going to go back and look on the cameras? That's the only thing I don't like about multiple people working on the window, because nobody's going to take the blame. What me? No, I wasn't working on that side. You were working on that side. I did the front, remember? No, you did the back. Of course, I'm assuming, I don't know shit. I don't want to assume, but these dudes seem like they know what they're doing. But there was a couple times when I would do a car with a dude and something came back. It's hard to go back and think, well, shit, which side did you do? So I think I don't know.
With the edges of the glass were perfect. After they were happy with the film installation, a heat gun was used on the outside of the glass.
I don't do that shit. I see people putting torches on the outside of the glass, heat gun to make it dry fast or stick. Just don't roll the windows up for 2 days. Are people really that impatient to where they need to roll the damn window down that day? Just time will cure it. I've never because you could risk burning the seal. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it, dude. Just roll the window up, keep it up, put tape over the thing, and just let it fucking dry. I don't do that shit.
The drying process. They also spend a lot of time on details like cleaning the rubber strips at the top of the door.
I think this is nice. How they do that.
This part never really gets cleaned, so this was a great time to do it, and it ensures that the tint won't get scratched by debris. They even took the time to laminate the $100 Chicago City
that's nice.
sticker.
See, here in Kentucky, you don't have to have them.
No one really knows where the money goes, so that way when I have to replace it next year, I don't risk damaging the clear UV film on the inside of the windshield.
Another thing that I've been telling my clients is that if you don't change your oil yourself, like if you go somewhere to get your oil changed, let your client know to let the oil change place know that, hey, my windshield's tinted, because they'll take a razor blade and try to scrape off the old sticker that's in the corner of the windshield, and there goes a chunk of tint. And it's going to be expensive to replace.
Complete. Each door panel was
and you would think, well, they should know that it's tinted. Well, it could have this super clear film on it. I don't know if I think he went with 70 on the windshield, maybe, or even 35. I've seen it with 30. I had a client bring me a vehicle that I did, and they took their car to get the oil changed, and the fucking dude took a razor blade and scraped the sticker off. Didn't know it was tinted. So something to tell them.
Something ready for a wash. Now each car is washed after the windows are tinted, but mine is also being washed.
Damn, they wash the car after each tint job. Hey, this is a whole one-stop shop, bro. I don't do that. That's nice though. If I had a team of people, maybe. I don't know of any shops around here that wash your car after tinted. That's cool. That's customer service for you, bro.
Risk damaging the clear UV film on the inside of the windshield. After each section of the film was complete, each door panel was thoroughly cleaned, and she was ready for a wash. Now each car is washed after the windows are tinted, but mine is also being washed because the driver fender, door, and mirrors.
And y'all out there wash the vehicle after you tinted?
Shortly after the entire car was
they're lucky for me to wipe the windows down.
Backed into my fender and smashed it into the driver front door. I also replaced the mirrors with the updated versions, and check out the difference between a ceramic coated panel
that water don't even stick on there at all.
You guys see this? So this door and the fender are not ceramic coated, and the water just kind of sticks to it. And then check this out. It just beads right off on the section that is ceramic coated. That is so cool.
The guys polished out the freshly painted panels so they matched the rest of the paint corrected car. And then Jason applied the ceramic coating.
Oh, wait, he ceramic coated the whole car?
Gets applied with water, so the applicator gets.
I thought they just ceramic coated the windows.
Then they put the ceramic coating on the pad, and then it gets applied.
Damn, he got a deal. If he only spent $1,000 and got ceramic tint on every window but the moonroof and the whole thing ceramic coated, this dude got a steal,
to the surface of the car.
All right, guys. So the tinted windows are complete. The E55 is looking amazing. Jason and the guys just finished doing the ceramic coating.
I think it's worth $1,000
and both
all day.
Mirrors, they were painted
more than that, even back then,
had to wait
to do all that shit.
Roughly about a month for them to gas out before they could
even like a 1 year or 2 year ceramic coating. What does that go for? Like 300,
finishing it up,
350 maybe, depending on where you're
at. For protecting the glass, and he's actually ceramic coating all the exterior glass on this car. So this is the second step of the process. First, what was it that you wiped on before this one, Jason?
It's just a two-step process. You got a base coat and then you got a top coat.
Gotcha. Okay, and this is the top coat. So after this,
yeah, it'll be super hydrophobic. Safety in the rain.
Okay.
Whenever you drive, you'll notice that you barely have to use your wipers when you drive.
Awesome.
Chris Cates, what up, player?
Final reveal time, and the
E55
is looking amazing. I think the 35% window tint totally completes the look of my car. I'm not a huge fan of limo tint or anything much darker than this. You can still kind of see the...
I have clients that are like, yeah, I want limo tint, and they'll say, I don't know why anybody would not. If you're going to get your windows tinted, it might as well be dark, but not everybody's like that. Some people want the look of, some people can't see at night. They're blind as a bat. Some people just like the 35% look. So, but yeah, I do occasionally have people say, why would anyone not want 5? You got to have 5.
Interior
this dude don't want 5.
Of the E55, which is kind of cool. And then also our windshield, which is fully protected, looks totally stock. So the whole car is now ceramic coated.
He's happy
with it. Finished up the fender door mirrors, the glass is coated, everything looks perfect.
See what the comments
and Jason is going to talk to us a little bit about how to keep it looking this perfect.
Well, let me see what he says.
It's pretty easy with your window tint. You're going to see some moisture and haziness for the next couple hours.
Got to tell them that. They're going to call you the next day.
Don't roll the windows up and down for about 2 or 3 days.
Right. I would have put some tape on there, some of them little stickers, because you can tell them as soon as they drive off, they're going to forget, dude. Just put a little bit of tape on there.
And that. Otherwise, care is pretty easy. Just use something that's safe for window tint. We recommend not using anything with ammonia in it.
Good. I'm glad he told him that, because for the longest time, I didn't tell my clients, don't use anything with ammonia in it. I would just say, here you go, have a good day. But then I had one guy come back with it looked like the tint, and I can't remember what brand I was using at the time, but he told me, and I asked him, I said, what type of glass cleaner do you use? He said, Windex. I said, yeah, that's it. I said, but it's not on you, it's on me. I said, I should have told you. So now I give everybody a can of spray weight, glass cleaner, new microfiber with every job. But you got to tell them, dude, because if they don't, it's on you. If they come back and the tint fails, you can't be calling your tint company saying, hey, yeah, so the tint failed. Look, I got it from you. I got the box number and all this shit. If you didn't tell them to not use Windex, they're not going to know no better.
And that's about it. For the coating on the outside, you'll clean it just as normal. Every 3 months, you'll get a packet. You can either do it yourself or you can bring it in. We'll do it for free. Pretty easy. Just kind of wipe it on, wipe it off, and that's the maintenance for the ceramic coating on the outside.
Wow, okay, so that's something you...
I'm going to see what the comments say real quick. I'm going to hop the hell off here. Always floors me. Car is not worth that much. Well, honestly, it's paid for. Yeah, dude, I've had people want the cheapest tint on a brand new car. This dude had it was like a brand new Dodge Ram, and the first thing they told me was, it's a lease. I just want the cheapest shit you got. That's what they told me, brand new. And then I've had people with 20-plus-year-old vehicle, and they want the ceramic shit. The power steering might be out. It could be leaking oil. Brakes don't work at all, but they want the most expensive tint. So, tint job sometimes costs more than the car's worth for some people. Do they have their priorities together? For them, they feel like they do. That's all that matters. I'm here just to do the best tint job I can. Looks amazing. Basically $100,000 plus car with brand new body paint. These guys, professional quality. Yeah, nothing but good things. Very expensive, not a very expensive car. Who cares? That car looks great. Exactly. Hell yeah. Yeah, these dudes did a hell of a job. It's definitely worth what he paid for. I don't think there's any other videos on that I can remember have watched on YouTube about a super expensive ass tint job. But yeah, that's what a 4-digit tint job. Well, not really. It's more like a $600 tint job, but still, in today's date, it'd probably be worth that.